What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So listen, I'm here for an update on the TashaK trial. I'm sure y'all have heard it all over the place, but let me just go ahead and give you my 2 cents on it, okay? So yesterday, because court was closed on Monday in observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, yesterday Cardi B's psychologist did testify, and her testimony perfectly lined up with what Cardi B had said last week in reference to her being depressed, not wanting to work. She said that originally they reached out to Cardi B's management reached out to her because Cardi B was so lethargic, not wanting to work, being very depressed. When she spoke to Cardi B, she gave her I believe it was called a threat assessment. Um, and generally speaking, that is something that is only given when the medical professional feels as though someone wants to harm themselves. So again, that was perfectly in line with all the things that Cardi B said when she testified last week. Now, towards the end of the testimony, the attorneys got into a very technical back and forth about wanting to resubmit videos that had already been by the judge ruled to not be admissible. You know, anybody who's watched 5 episodes of Law and Order, you ain't had to go to nobody's law school to know that, you know, there are a whole lot of pre-trial motions that go on before a trial even starts. And generally speaking, the judge makes a decision on a lot of things. And a lot of it comes down to evidence, what can and cannot be admitted. So these videos were videos that Tasha K's team tried to get admitted prior to the trial starting. And so here we are now, sort of like in the fourth quarter, and they want to try to now get these videos readmitted. The judge said basically, listen, I've already ruled on this. If you can show me any good reason that I missed the first time why I should readmit these videos, I'm going to give y'all a chance to explain it to me and tell me why you think I should. And so that's sort of how court ended yesterday. But once again, the judge made comments about these are things that you should already know, not understanding why these procedures were not being followed and why Tasha K's attorneys it got so bad that, and again, shout out again to Mr. Dennis Byron, whose commentary is what I've been following. I know there are a few other people that are in the courtroom, and no disrespect to them. Shout out to everybody that's following and bringing us information so we can bring it to you guys. But y'all make sure y'all go and check out Mr. Dennis Byron. He has now moved all his commentary over to YouTube, and his YouTube page is Hip Hop Inquirer. So y'all check him out. But come back and check me out too. Anyway, but it got to the point where yesterday Mr. Byron was actually speaking to an actual attorney during his recaps, and they were even speculating that maybe Tasha K's attorneys are angling for a mistrial at this point because they are bungling this case so badly. Now, let's get to today. So today was a really short day in court. I mean, they were wrapping up by like 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, which, but again, today was another day where the jury didn't even come out. The jury was late coming out because there was a lot of legal back and forth. Now, here's what we saw today. I keep wanting to say Cardi B. Tasha K's team was angling to get certain things admitted, in which they were trying to get an Azealia Banks interview on the Breakfast Club admitted, where Azealia Banks accused Cardi B of being a racist. Now listen, let me say this. I don't know whether Cardi B is a racist or not. I don't think she is, but let's just forget about that. Let's throw that out the window. If Azealia Banks is your best representative or your best reference, baby, y'all in trouble. Azealia Banks. That's what y'all bringing in here? Azealia Banks. Then it was a video where Cardi B's father-in-law, Offset's dad, made some accusations about Cardi B. And again, I remember that video. And if you put it into context, and I'm not saying he was lying on Cardi, but if you put it into context, He made that video while Cardi B and Offset were separated and they were going through what they were going through. And Cardi had posted a picture of Culture. And everybody was upset because they had all agreed that they would not post a picture of Culture until Offset dropped his single or his album called Culture, and it was going to be the big reveal of Culture because we hadn't seen her yet. We'd seen the back of her head, we'd seen her feet, but nobody had seen her face. But Cardi, probably out of spite because they were going through a separation and she was mad at him, she posted a picture of her. Father-in-law made a video talking about how horrible Cardi was to her son and how everybody only has one side of the story, and she's making everybody think that he's a bad person and that, blah, blah, blah. So it was a father defending his son, talking about what he thought to be his soon-to-be ex-daughter-in-law. Y'all, that's what you coming with? That's your big woo-woo-woo? Tasha. So the judge was saying that could not be admitted because that is hearsay. He even went so far as to admonish TashaK's attorneys and say to them, you learn about the hearsay rule in your first year of law school. Now, to be fair, the judge also had to threaten contempt on Cardi B's attorneys who were talking, one of the attorneys who was talking at a time when he shouldn't have been talking, and I guess he was annoying the judge. So I'll be fair and say that, there was some warnings going on the other side as well. But y'all, it got to the point where the judge even had to say to TashaK's attorneys, are you sure you want to submit that tape? Because it doesn't make your client look good. By the end of the day, the judge made a comment about TashaK's attorneys that said, have you ever even tried a case before? Matter of fact, I wrote it down. I don't want to misquote. Let me say it here. Because I wrote it in my notes. You act like you never tried a case before, and if you do it again, I'll hold you in contempt. So again, you guys, I don't know how many times the judge is going to threaten to hold somebody in contempt before he actually does. But let's be clear. I keep wanting to say Cardi B. TashaK's attorneys are not impressing the judge. And far be it for me to make a foregone conclusion on how this whole case is going to go, because we have seen things happen in the legal system that, it is what it is. You never know what conversations are had in the jury room. You never know what people are thinking behind closed doors. But from all accounts that we have seen, we have heard, you guys, this is not looking good for TashaK. Now, TashaK seems to think, at least publicly, which I guess she ain't supposed to say nothing, that she thinks is going bad. But she seems to feel like this is all going gravy, baby. You know what I'm saying? You guys, I do not wish any ill will on anybody, but I really wish that TashaK would have just settled this case. And I kind of think that her attorneys, I'm not saying that they didn't try to get her to settle the case, because I don't know what happened behind closed doors. But it just seems to me that once she admitted that she knew that she was spreading information that wasn't true, I just don't know how much further we needed to go with this whole trial. And the fact that you are now trying to turn Cardi B into a racist, again, that shows desperation to me, because let's assume she is. Does that change what you did? Her being a racist does not excuse your behavior. It doesn't make it okay for you to spread false information about this woman, even if she was the most vile person on this earth. It doesn't justify what you did. And I feel like we need to understand that. Y'all, anyway, y'all go ahead and let me know what y'all think. Put it in the comments. If you are new here, please go ahead and let me know you're new. Drop it in the comment box. But the other thing that Mr. Byron said is he does anticipate. At first, he was saying he thought that this case could wrap up by Friday, but considering tomorrow's Thursday, he doesn't think it'll finish up this week. So more than likely, this case will be wrapped up next week. I don't anticipate it's going to be a long. The jury's going to take a long time to come to a conclusion, one way or the other. And we'll definitely give you the update when updates need to be given. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.